Bible verses about the second coming: Matthew chapter 24 verse 36, 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verses 13 through 14, 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 17, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verses 2 through 6. Serving others: Matthew chapter 8 verses 14 through 15, Matthew chapter 20 verse 28, Matthew chapter 23 verses 11 through 12, Luke chapter 22 verses 24 through 27, John chapter 13 verses 1 through 17. Sex: Genesis chapter 2 verse 24, Matthew chapter 5 verse 28, 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 18, 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verses 3 through 5. Sickness: Psalm 41, Matthew chapter 25 verses 34 through 40, James chapter 5 verses 14 through 15. Sin: Genesis chapter 3 verse 17, Romans chapter 3 verse 23, Romans chapter 6 verse 23, James chapter 4 verse 17, 1 John chapter 1 verse 9. Singleness: Matthew chapter 19 verse 12, 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verses 6 through 7, 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verses 32 through 35. Submission: 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verses 11 through 12, Ephesians chapter 5 verses 21 through 33, Hebrews chapter 12 verse 9.